चलिए दोस्तों शुरू करते हैं without wasting a time. In the last couple of video we have seen that how we can push the configuration from the Terraform with the help of Terraform to the ACI, and we have covered till the Fabric Access Policy. In the Fabric Access Policy, which is the required configuration to pass the VLAN on the interface. So our requirement is we need to pass the VLAN on the interface, and so far in the last couple of video we have covered till the fabric access policy configuration. In this we have covered that VLAN pool configuration. Then after that we have configured related to the physical domain, then AEP, then IPG, then interface profile, then leaf profile. Correct? These are the configuration which required on the side of fabric access policy we have covered with the help of Terraform. So for the quick recap, here is the code. Okay, in this code, I have already explained you that this is the first block is provider block. Provider block is the main for this provider block is used to connect with the ACI. Okay, and in the provider block here I am passing the credential, and above is the this is the provider require Terraform to connect with the ACI. Okay, in the below we have this is the resource name, and this object resource is we have a VLAN pool for the creation of VLAN pool, and here we are mentioning the range and physical domain. Then we have an AEP. Then here we are getting the CDP and LLDP configuration, and then we are pushing this CDP LLDP config calling in the IPG interface policy group, and here we are getting the interface profile. And after that we creating a port selector, then port selector, then we have created the port block, and similar way here we are getting the leaf profile. Then in the leaf profile you go in the leaf selector and node block. So far all these things I have already explained in the last video. Okay, so this is the new addition from here. Now we'll see the what are the config required on the tenant side to pass the VLAN on the port. Okay, so here first thing I'm creating a tenant. Okay, I'm using the resource object in the Terraform. As we have seen in the Terraform, we have seen the three objects. One is the provider object, one is the resource, and one is the data. Okay, so resource object in this is the ACI underscore tenant with in the Terraform, and this is the reference name in the Terraform. And this with this name tenant will be created in the ACI where we are mentioning the name equal to this. Okay, and we are putting the description. Once we create the tenant, after that we will create the application profile. Okay, I'm putting the application profile name AP underscore web underscore server. Okay, and here I'm creating a bridge domain. Okay, ACI bridge domain. I'm defining a name BDI 101. Okay, and in the bridge domain I am passing the tenant. So in under this tenant, this bridge domain needs to be created. ACI tenant dot test underscore tenant dot id. I'm referring this object ACI underscore tenant dot test underscore tenant dot id. Okay, and once we have done this, here we are creating a EPG. I'm giving the name to the EPG dash VLAN dash 101. Okay, in the EPG I am again referencing taking the reference of application profile which we have created earlier here, application profile AP underscore webster I'm calling, and I'm giving the EPG name EPG dash VLAN dash 101. Okay, and here I'm also putting the relation with the bridge domain, because in the EPG we need to call the bridge domain also and application profile also. So these are the things interrelated with each other. And now once we have an application APG in place, so we are pushing the config to the actual port. So I'm passing the VLAN 101, and on this port ETH1/1 on the leaf 101. This is the node port 1. So we have this. So here I'm reading the, as we have seen the Terraform, we have a three object: provider, resource, and data. Provider is the block for the connection, and the data object as the resource object is to create the new resources, and data object is the read to the existing, which are the config already exists in the ACI. With the data block, with the data object we can read it. So here we are reading the physical domain data, and after that here establish the relationship between the EPG to physical domain. In the EPG we need to call the physical domain, and this is the configuration which will attach the fabric side tenant side config with the access policy side. Okay, so this is I have covered the code. So for quick recap, this is the solution document for the to pass the VLAN on the port. So we have a requirement to pass. We need to pass VLAN 101 on the leaf port 1/1. Okay, this is the solution doc we are following up so far. In the first video, we have covered the manual, And the Terraform, wherever the object name we need to define, we are referring this Excel. Okay. So here, just for the recap, I'm telling this is the VLAN pool we have. Here I've got the VLAN pool name, the infra and VLAN pool range in the 100 to 200. This is the physical domain name. Okay. This is the AEP name we are referring. Okay. This will the leaf profile name we are putting. And here we are selecting the leaf selector, and here we are calling the AEP. And similar way, here we are putting the interface profile name, and here we are selecting the port 1/1, and we are attaching the IPG interface policy group in the interface profile. Okay, and also we are attaching the AEP, and here we are putting the BDI configuration. We need to get the BDI 1/1, and so these are the things actually. So, and here are the things related to the tenant. Under the tenant name, under we need to create the application profiles. So we are putting, this is the EPG name will be the EPG dash VLAN 101. Okay, and bridge domain with the BDI 101. And this is, here we are attaching the physical domain which we have created first in the above. So just for the recap, this is the order of the config in the Epic. If we have to do the manual configuration, we have to create the VLAN pool. Then we go for the physical domain. In the physical domain, we call the VLAN pool. After that, we proceed for the AEP, attachable access entity profile. Under that, we call the physical domain. Then we proceed with the interface policy group. In the policy group, we call the AEP. Then we proceed for the interface profile. In the interface profile, we need to call the interface policy group. Then finally proceed with the leaf profile. In the leaf profile, we have to call the interface profile. Okay. On the tenant side, application profile, and the application we need to get the EPG enter, we attach the physical domain, and then on the static port binding, we pass the BDI and VLAN, all those stuff. Okay. This is for reference. With this reference, we are doing the Terraform configuration, and all of the object in the Terraform we have get from the Terraform site, as we have seen in the last couple of videos. Let's push the configuration with the help of Terraform in the ACI fabric. For that, we need to run the three commands. First, Terraform init. This will download the required provider. After that, we need to run the plan. Let me save the plan into my file. My plan.tf is the extension for the Terraform. Plan is saved. Now we need to apply that plan. This is the command is for the apply. Now Terraform is creating all the objectives required to push the config on the interface to pass the VLAN. Let's get the bridge domain, AEP, application profile is created now. Access port policy, EPG static port binding is creating. Okay, so it's done the changes. Now let's log into the Epic. Let me increase the font size and change setting, clearance, change it to the, let's make it 28. Now we have put the config on the leaf 101, 101, and on the interface EPH 1/1. So VLAN 101 should be there on this port. So here we have an correct. So in the leaf 101 context on the interface, we have configured this policy group IPG infra, and after with the switch point run cloud, we have passed the VLAN, and this is the test tenant we have created, and this is the application profile AP underscore web score which you have seen in the Terraform code file. Then this is the EPG attached. So finally, with the help of Terraform, we have created the end-to-end resource configuration which is required to pass the VLAN on the interface. Okay, so one more thing I want to say that whenever we are referring the data resources, okay, data, the main use of data object in Terraform is this will read the value. So these object needs to be already created in the ACI. Okay, so this need to be ensured. If these objects does not exist in the ACI, you run the code, so that will throw the error as the object not found. Now if you want to destroy this, so we have to run the simple one command. We want to revert all the changes, like we have create the 16 resources added and one change. So let's do that. Terraform destroy is the command. Terraform. Okay, if I run the command, this will destroy everything. What are the changes? But before the just wait, actually. Still plan. Okay, so I need to delete myplan.tf file I've created to run the destroy command. Let me delete it. Once I've done the, let's run this command now. Terraform destroy. So this will destroy all of the resources which you created. Terraform. Terraform delete all of the resources. It's asking for the confirmation now. But yes. So now destroy complete. All the 19 resources are destroyed. Thank you.